Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I did want to share with you what is my wish list for the upcoming Sephora holiday savings event. It is seriously right around the corner. It does start on November 1st, which is a Friday for Rouge members. And so I'm starting to just kind of like organize my cart and my wish list, and I'm just trying to figure out what exactly do I want to pick up. So yeah, let's talk about the upcoming Sephora sale, and I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite sales of the year. It is not the best sale, so let me just completely be frank about that. If you are Rouge, you are going to get 20% off, but if you are VIB or Insider, you will only be getting 15% or even 10%. So just keep in mind that it's not the best sale. However, some of these brands like Patrick Ta, Makeup by Mario, House Labs, Rare Beauty, a lot of those brands don't often go on sale even on their own websites. So sometimes I do feel that brands for sure that don't go on sale very often, it's probably a good time to pick up some of the items that maybe you were interested in, or again, you maybe love some products from them and you want to test them or pick them back up again. This sale might be a good opportunity for you to do that. So on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and put some information about the sale. So as I was saying earlier, Rouge does get 20% off, and it starts for them on Friday, November 1st through November 11th. And then for VIB, they do get 15% off, and the sale starts for them on November 5th and then ends again on November 11th. And then for Insiders, they get 10% off, and it starts for them the same day it starts for Insiders, which is November 5th through November 11th as well. So if you're Rouge, you can shop throughout the entire dates of the sale. If you are VIB and Insider, you can actually start shopping on November 5th. So my recommendation to you is, if you are a Rouge member, definitely take advantage of your 20% off on the items that you're interested in, because once the sale opens up to everyone else, the chances of the stuff that you want running out of stock are obviously going to be higher because more people will have access to purchasing those items. So just things to keep in mind. Another thing I like to keep in mind about the sale is, if you can purchase anything at Ulta, I would recommend that you do that instead, because obviously you get more return on your investment whenever you do shop through Ulta, because Ulta has a significantly better rewards program than Sephora does. And so that's usually a rule that I try to stick to when it comes to shopping the Sephora sale. If it's something that I can purchase at Ulta, I want to do that. So for instance, Natasha Denona, she just released the new Roxa eyeshadow palette. I am kind of interested in it, but I'm not even going to entertain the idea of picking it up during the sale, because I can get it at Ulta, and I would rather utilize my money towards getting money back, which is what Ulta is really good at doing. So just things to keep in mind. Keep in mind as well, Ulta has carried so many more brands now. So many brands that are carried at Sephora are also carried at Ulta now. So just keep that in mind. And then of course, if you know for sure that some of these brands have a really, really good Black Friday sale, maybe hold off during the Sephora sale, because late November, you'll probably be able to pick up some of these for an even better discount. So I just like to kind of share those words of wisdom, because again, this is not the end all be all sale. If you do not have the money right now, do not shop the sale. I myself am trying to be very, very strict with what I decide to pick up, because again, I don't want to just buy everything just because it's on sale. I really want to buy stuff that I was already interested in, things that were already on my wish list, and things again that I know for sure, I'm getting the best deal on them throughout this sale, to be exact, right? So let me go ahead and scoot over. That way I can put the picture on the screen. These are items again that are on my current wish list. All right, so first things first, in my wish list or in my cart already is from Urban Decay, and this is their Moon Dust Space Cowboy Glitter Eyeshadow Quad. And this quad is very beautiful. I've seen it in person at Sephora, and I've actually been able to do some swatches, and I think it's stunning. I really, really love the shades that they have included in this quad, especially the shade, I think it's called A-List Energy, which is one of the shades that's a little bit more peachy toned, a little bit more coral toned. I think it's very beautiful. And these are supposed to be 4 new shades in their Viral Moon Dust formula. So I swatched this in person. I thought it was very beautiful and I'm very interested in this. I think $39 for a quad up front can kind of seem like a lot of money. But again, I feel like if you think about it, I think each Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow is around like the $25 mark, that if you're getting 4 of these for $39, it's actually a pretty good deal. And then of course I would get that additional 20% off. This quad specifically is only available at Sephora. Urban Decay has actually released another eyeshadow palette that's strictly available at Ulta. I am actually more interested in this one at Sephora because this one is in a really nice, just like small, compact packaging. And the one that was released at Ulta is actually in the shape of a star. And I'm just not really that interested in that. I feel like it's going to be harder to store because of that. And again, I have swatched this one and I'm really, really interested in this color story. So that is a must pick up for me. I actually am surprised I haven't picked it up this far because again, I'm very interested in it and I've been interested in it for a little while now. So anyways, that is going to be a pickup for sure. I also want to pick up this set from Fleur. I think this is a really, really great deal. For $28, it's their Best Sellers Mini Deluxe Perfume Trio. And it does come with the scents Father Figure, Missing Person, which is one of my personal favorites. I have finished an entire deluxe size of this one. And then also Vanilla Skin, which I do have the fragrance mist of Vanilla Skin and it's absolutely beautiful. So I do want to pick this one up. I think $28 for these deluxe sizes is a pretty good deal because I feel like I had my deluxe size of Missing Person for, it was at least maybe a year and a half, and I felt like I was using it pretty consistently too. So I definitely want to pick this up for only $28. I think it's a great deal. And Missing Person, I'm actually already out of that other one, so I'm happy to get like another deluxe size. Father Figure also smells really, really good. So I definitely, you know, want that one in my collection. And then Vanilla Skin, it'll be nice to have it in the perfume. All right, then we have for Makeup by Mario. I was not interested in this at all whenever it came out, but I have heard nothing but great things about this setting powder. This is the Surreal Skin Talc-Free Soft Blur Setting Powder. And I am looking at the shade 2 Neutral Light. I do think that this one will be best for my skin tone. And I just have heard great things. I've heard that it's very, very blurring and smoothing on the skin, and I'm very interested in it. I really am. And I've heard that this really does just make it look like you have a filter on your skin. I'm actually going through some of my setting powders, so I feel like it's a perfect time for me to invest in another setting powder for my collection. I literally just finished one from the drugstore yesterday, and then because setting powder is something that I use every single day, I know that I'm going to use it up, right? So I am fully comfortable with buying this, even though it is a little bit pricier and I have setting powders that I love from the drugstore. This one I've heard great things about and I'm very curious about it. So I know for sure that I will get used out of it. So this is definitely probably going to be a pickup as well. Then Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty has this new Easy Blur line and I am really intrigued. I really am. Again, at first glance, I was not interested in this at all. I didn't think anything of it. But then I keep hearing really, really amazing things about it. So this is their Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation with Niacinamide. And I've heard just great things. I've heard that this gives really good coverage. It sounds like it's like between medium and full coverage. And I've also heard that it has a really nice like finish to it on the skin. So it's kind of in my head, it sounds like it's checking all of the boxes for me. I was looking at the shades and I will say I'm normally a neutral light or a light neutral, but I feel like I'm probably gonna need the shade Chai or maybe even Shortbread, but I think I'm gonna go with the shade Chai. Because it sounds like that's still like within the fair to light like skin or shades. So I think I'm going to go with that one, but I don't need any more foundations. but I have really heard good things about this one. If I can make it to a Sephora before the sale starts, I might try to swatch this in person, just kind of like see what the formula feels like, you know, like what's the consistency? Is it more liquidy? Is it thicker? You know what I mean? Like I'm very interested to know like the type of consistency that it is, but I can definitely see myself picking this up. Then I've heard with the primer, which is the Easy Blur Silicone Free Smoothing and Pore Minimizing Primer. I've heard that this primer with the Huda foundation that I just shared with the Makeup by Mario powder, I've heard it completely makes you look airbrushed and like just very, very blurred out on your skin. So I also kind of want the primer. Again, I have so many primers, and I also recently picked up the Milani like blurring primer. It's the one that's like in the blue jar. And it seems like it's similar like in texture to this one, but I watched this in person and like rubbed it into the back of my hand, and wow, it made such a huge difference on my pores, or just basically on like the texture of my skin. I felt like it really blurred things out. So I am kind of interested in this one as well. So I would like to try this out and get some more money off of it basically. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna get these two things or not, but I am very interested. And like I said, I've heard just really, really great things about both the primer and the foundation. Okay, then we have from Milk Makeup. So another primer, and I was not going to pick this one up at all, but Teresa is Dead and Juicy Jazz, I watch both of them on YouTube here, and they have said great things about this primer. Teresa is Dead, it's so funny. She like swore that she hated this at the beginning, but then she started using a little bit less, and then she realized whenever you put less on, it actually is very effective at making your makeup last all day, and it does provide like a little bit of a glow. So I love the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. If you didn't know, I love that primer so much. I use it all the time. I feel like that's a primer that I'm constantly reaching for because I feel like it just really does a great job at prolonging my makeup. And so having that gripping feel with more of like a glow to it sounds right up my alley. So I am considering this one. The only thing that would keep me from purchasing this right now is the fact that this is the full size. The fact that it's the full size makes me feel like if I don't like it, it would feel like a waste. I feel like because it's in the full size, I feel like it just leaves me a little bit with like hesitation on whether or not I will like it. I feel like when I get it in a mini, I don't feel as bad as like trying something new for some reason. But, and I know that they're probably gonna come out with a mini in this formula because Milk actually released a holiday set that has the Hydro Grip, like the original, and then the Hydro Grip and Glow mini sizes in a like little set that's like a duo. And so the fact that they've already done that makes me feel like they're already in the process of releasing a mini. So I may wait and just get the mini, but I also just kind of want to get the full size because I feel like I'm gonna like it, to be honest. But we'll see. We will see. I have swatched this in person. It feels really nice. I feel like I could have the potential of liking this one. And I love that even though $30 sounds like a lot, the fact that they didn't charge $38, which is the same price as the Hydro Grip, knowing that this is smaller, I love that they charged less because of the fact that it's smaller than the original Hydro Grip. So at least there's that. So this is on my list. It's definitely a maybe for right now, but I just wanted to throw it in my cart because it is something that I'm considering. This is definitely like a wish list item. I don't know if I will actually pick this up, but I have really been into highlighters lately, and I've been loving more like glowy highlighters, more like highlighters that are a little bit more like dimensional on the skin, like maybe they have like shifts to them. I think it's because I've really been into like my indie eyeshadows and indie makeup that I feel like something that complements those shadows really well is a really fun, just like glowy and sparkly highlighter. And Teresa's Dead, I feel like she's the highlighter queen. Like she knows good highlights when she sees one, when she tries them, like she loves to glow. And I feel like I'm kind of in the similar like vein. Like I love highlighters that are really nice and just glowy and beautiful, and I feel like highlighters that she recommends I usually enjoy, and she loves this highlighter from Gucci. This is the Gucci Glow Powder Gel Highlighter. I realize, I look at that price tag, it's $59. I see that, okay? It is insane for a highlighter to be $59. I get that completely, but it looks beautiful. And the shade I would totally get is Frosted Lilac. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm very confident that this formula is really nice and smooth on the skin, so I'm sure it's beautiful. It's just, do I want, like, am I gonna get it now? You know what I mean? Like, I could definitely see this being possibly a like spring purchase, like if I don't pick it up now, or maybe I'll pick it up like later on. But it's on my list because, again, it's something that I'm interested in. I'm just not sure. I also need to check if Gucci is available at Ulta, because if it is, then maybe I could purchase it there. I don't think it is though. But this is definitely a wish list item. We shall see if I end up picking it up. I have no idea, but it looks really pretty. And then lastly, I don't want this specific Hourglass palette. I'm actually looking more for the Evil Eye. I purchased the Dragon palette. Let me show you. I purchased the Dragon palette and I've been loving this one very, very much. And this one is just so beautiful. I love the blushes. I think the bronzer is really good. I've also actually been loving the like setting powders in here. I've been loving using like this lighter one underneath my eyes, and then the other one just to kind of like clean up underneath my bronzer and blush. So I've been really happy with this one. I loved the face palettes that I picked up last year. I had the jellyfish one and the leopard one. So part of me also wants to pick up the Evil Eye one because it's the second one down, and I just feel like I'll really like it. I also really enjoyed like I did swatches of this palette, the Evil Eye one, and I really liked the blushes in that palette too. So I want the Evil Eye one, but for some reason on the Sephora app, I'm only seeing the Lotus Flower one. I don't know if that means that they've sold out of the other two on their app, or online, but I'm definitely considering the Evil Eye option, but we'll see. It's $90 and I already, you know, spent the money on the Dragon one, so it's definitely a want, not a need. Even though I literally just got this and I've already used it so much, I know that it's going to be something that I use. Even last year's palettes, I still reach for them literally all the time. So that is the last thing in my cart, and that total with everything in there, the Hourglass, the Gucci, that total is $350, okay? And if I do 350 minus 20%, that's $280, and then tax here in Texas is 8.25%, $288.25 would be my total. Not bad. It's definitely not bad. I've seen other YouTubers go complete ham and spend like $500 to $1,000 at Sephora. So $288 is not bad. However, I don't know if that's what I'm willing to spend, especially given the fact that like Christmas is around the corner. So I have to start buying gifts for family members and friends. And then of course, the like Black Friday sales are going to start happening. So I feel like that's something else I need to consider. So yeah, we shall see what I pick up, but I did want to share with you my Sephora wish list for the holiday savings event that's coming up. Let me know, what are you wanting to pick up? Are you picking up anything at all? Are you saving your money for Black Friday? I would love to hear from you. I seriously have some indie palettes that I want. I would love to see if like Bella Beauty Bar does any type of Black Friday sales, because I have 2 palettes from them that I really want. I also would love to see if, who else? Like Unearthly, like if they do any Black Friday sales, possibly Blend Bunny, you know what I mean? Like Glam Light, for sure, Glam Light. So I have to save my money for that as well. But comment below, what are you going to be buying for this Sephora sale? I would love to know. And let me know also if you want a Sephora recommendations video. I know that y'all are probably going to be completely bombarded with Sephora sale videos within your feed. So I completely understand if you're not interested in hearing that from me, but hopefully you can still find some enjoyment in watching this wish list video. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Also, did want to let you know, please follow me on Instagram because I'm trying to just kind of like grow my Instagram a little bit as well, grow my following, and I'm trying to post like more makeup content on there. I'm trying to post more reels. Also, like today I literally did in my stories like a makeup of the day. Like I talked about the makeup that I'm wearing in my Instagram stories. So my Instagram is always linked down below. It's just at Sabrina's Beauty Scene. That's my handle. So I would love it if you would go over there and follow me on Instagram as well. And just thank you again for all of the love and support that you give my channel. Everything that I mentioned will be linked down below. Some of those links will be affiliated. If you choose to shop through those links, I do receive a small commission. If you choose to do that, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. However, no pressure if you choose not to do that. No pressure at all. But thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.